This is why you can't stop relapsing, part 59.2. What do I say 59.2? Is because if you're watching this video, you can't stop drinking, if you can't stop relapsing, you've had so many opportunities to learn what you need to do, but you have not applied them. Essentially, you're putting in a half-hearted effort, half measures, and you haven't achieved the results. And let me make a distinction here. See that finger? Okay? A distinction for you. You. Critical understanding that you must understand. You can't accept, you don't want to look at yourself and see exactly what you're contributing to your lack of success, and why you keep relapsing, and why, okay, let's face it, you're in a miserable state and you are suffering, and you do want to get sober and stay sober, but you know certain things, but you won't apply them. It's like you got so many people have the solutions, but they don't apply them. In AA, which some people hate some people hate AA, but AA has got a lot of good information that's very helpful. So AA is meant to be is a suggested program. So you go there and you take what you want. Okay, but here's one thing about here's one important bit of information that so many people learn from AA. In the chapter 5, how it works, it talks about rarely have we seen a person fail who's fully followed our path. And it talks about the common theme of people that can't get honest with themselves. Okay, there's two types of honesty. There's being honest with your word and telling the truth and not lying. The second kind of honesty is being honest with yourself, in that you have to admit to yourself, you have to be honest with yourself what your character defects are. Okay, what you're doing wrong, also look at what you're doing right. Okay, but what are your shortcomings? What are your flaws? And what are the contributing factors why you can't look in the mirror? Most people that are suffering with relapsing and struggling with trying to stay sober and figure out long-term sobriety, they have a shortcoming. It's glaringly obvious, but they're too distracted with social media or their device or the internet or drama in their life to actually make a commitment to resolving their issue, with their inability to get honest with themselves, put themselves on the hot seat. Okay, never have a full bona fide breakdown of, yes, okay, I can't stay sober and I need to look at myself, and here are the top 10 things that that are my shortcomings, and I'm self-sabotaging. And then spend a year or two to work on those shortcomings and work on those character defects. One of the reasons why in rehab they have what's called sitting on the hot seat is to call you out on your BS and your SHIT. I would say that curse word, but I'm trying to keep a clean channel here. And what happens in a rehab, if you're watching this, you're a family member, and you're trying to get them, this channel is about addiction education. It's about quitting drinking education. That's what this channel is. In rehab, we're in groups with our peers, and every week or every day, depending on the schedule, someone gets put on the hot seat. And what the purpose of the hot seat is that your group gets to criticize you and critique you on your strengths and your shortcomings. So you can understand from a third party, from another person, okay, where you're effing up. And they identify your BS. So I'm going to wrap this up here. The website is asktgif.com. This is free sober coaching. This is free quit drinking education. I'm 9 years sober, coming up on 10 years sober this December 31st. And on Instagram, I am ask.tgif. And on the website, asktgif.com, you can leave a voicemail question and an audio question, and we will answer it for you. The purpose of this channel is to provide free sober mentoring, free sober coaching. And one of the primary purposes of this website is I've done over a 15-year study on why addiction treatment programs, rehabs, don't work, and also what are the contributing factors why so many people go to rehab and they don't succeed. Why are they not succeeding? What are they doing wrong? What is the rehab? Where is the rehab falling short? Where are the clinicians in the rehabilitation program falling short? What's going on? So I've spent thousands of hours with addicts and alcoholics in outpatient treatment, working with psychiatrists, working with psychologists, working directly as a team with the alcoholics and the addicts and the clinicians to discover what are the shortcomings of the individuals that can't maintain sobriety, that can't stop their relapse from occurring. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. Most people that are suffering with relapse, chronic relapse, and not being able to stay sober, they're going to watch this. They're going to identify with some of the things that I said. And what they're going to do is they're going to go on to the next social media post and forget everything that I just shared here. And so there's going to be maybe out of 100, maybe 1 or 2 that might apply some of what I'm suggesting here and some of the things that I'm identifying. And there might be 1 or 2 people out of 100 that might go to the website, AKA TGIF.com, and send a voicemail question or contact me, because I'm here to help. It's free mentoring, free sober coaching. I also work with family members too. I basically do a reading on the individual. I do some fact finding. I do a diagnosis like a doctor to find out what's going wrong. And I give you 5 to 10 strategies on identifying what are the shortcomings, what's going wrong. Also identify the positives too, but kind of essentially put you on some suggestions for the next 1 to 2 to 5 to 10 years. Rehabilitation is a long-term process. We do not rehabilitate ourselves overnight. On Facebook, which I'll include all my social media links in this post. I'm on Facebook. I have a channel page there. It's called Stop Drinking Education. So this is AKA TGIF. You can also leave, this will be on YouTube. So what you can do is you can leave a comment here on the YouTube channel. Leave your social address or location or username, and if I can contact you that way. So if you need help. Anyway, so this is AKA TGIF. What am I going to do today? I'm going to go out on the mountain bike and spend some time with some friends, getting some fresh air out in the wilderness, chasing coyotes and running from cougars.